Hi, it's Melanie with Our American Travel. In this episode, we are fixing the pocket door to our bathroom, which broke on our last trip, and upgrading our shower head. If you have any ideas on how we could have done this better or things we may need to know next time, please leave a comment below. I hope you enjoy.
Hey, welcome to Our American Travel. Hey, when you drive down the road with a RPOD 192 or any other RPOD or any other travel trailer, I've heard it described many times as an earthquake on wheels. So there's some things that are going to inevitably rattle loose. This is a picture of our pocket door, and you can see a screw has come loose here, and I'm going to have to try to repair that. I guess I could get it probably done under warranty, but hey, let's give it a shot and we'll see how it goes. So stay tuned, and we'll if you have this problem, maybe I can help you figure out how to fix it. Hopefully I can figure out how to fix it. By the way, while I'm trying to fix this, it is 88 degrees in the RPOD. It was 89. Turned the fan on, got it down to 88. I don't really have enough power to run the air conditioner here at my house. I don't have a 30 amp plug, so we'll just have to maybe work on it outside after we get it off. So I managed to get the door shut, and you can just barely see up here. This screws out because I got something stuck up underneath the door here. So anyway, I gotta take these doors off, and you'll notice there's a little kind of a lever on it, and you push those levers back, and I should be able to get the door to pop right off when I push those levers back. So I'm gonna give that a try. Okay, so I'm gonna try to see if I can get this door, these latches, to kind of go back. Kind of hit yourself in the head, doesn't help. Well, that's not hard. Okay, so the latches are back. Now I gotta kind of try to get this now to come loose a little bit. Well, I'm going to think about this for a second. I might shut down and think about it. Well, I had to pry around on it a little bit to get it out, but I'm going to show you here that I did finally get it out of the pocket there, and then I'm going to try to repair this maybe by sticking some toothpicks in there, maybe putting a little glue in there, and I've heard other people do that. Some people use anchor bolts because this is not a very thick piece of, you can see this is not a very thick piece here, but I'm going to just try to put some toothpicks in there and see how that goes, and hopefully I'll hold it up, and hopefully I can get it back on a little easier than it came off. That second screw was, you can see they go into these slots right here, this little plastic slot, and then you put that around it. This was really easy to move that back off of it. I say it was easy. I'm trying to hold the camera and do all this, and so it was easy to get off, but that screw was stuck pretty good on this little plastic bushing here, plastic washer bushing. So as you can see, it goes up here, and I'm going to try to just repair that, and hopefully it won't come off again. So we'll give it a shot. Well, down to 86, so fan's helping a little bit, but outside temperature is about 80 something, so not gonna help a whole lot. So anyway, we missed getting on video, but what I did was I put some toothpicks in here with a little bit of Gorilla Glue, so it sets up pretty quick. But I'm gonna go ahead and get the screw in there so it'll get some benefit of the the groove. I hope it grooves. And got underkill on the screwdriver, overkill on the hammer that you missed. So not exactly the screwdriver that I want. Probably should be, you know, if I had the drill, I'd be happy, but I forgot to get that. So why would I want to go back and do all that? We changed positions so that I could use my right hand. Interesting. It's kind of got a little slot in here. So I don't think longer screws would help much because this is going into air on the other side anyway. Tightening these other ones down. This other side's pretty tight. Could take them out and put glue in them too, but I won't this time. We can always do it again, I guess. So here in a minute, we're gonna let that set up for a little bit, and then we're gonna try to hang it up there like we took it off. So bye for now. Okay, with a little bit of trouble, we got it hung back up here. These little clips up here, which I've already showed you, well, you got to get those screws right in that hole, and it's kind of a two-person job for me. I'm not coordinated enough. I'm a little too tall to stand on the first step of the ladder and a little too short to see it, and then we got to hold it up from the bottom, so it's kind of a two-person job. But it looks like it works now for the most part, and hopefully it won't rattle loose again. We're going to try to always keep something under it when we travel. Maybe we'll roll up our rugs and put it underneath it, so it won't take quite as much jarring because it's a free hanging door, as you can see. Well, that's it for now. Goodbye.
Hey, we're about to hook up this hose to our water line because we're about to change the shower head, and this is a hose we got at Gander Mountain. We were looking for a 0G hose. We got this one instead. It said it is drinking water safe. It's lead free. We're gonna hook it to our backyard. It's actually got a place where you can hook it to our hose backyard, where you can take this off and then put your own nozzle on, and we're gonna see how it works.
Okay, so we're going to replace our shower head here with this Oxygenics Pure Shower Genius Body Spa Rv. There's lots of words and adjectives on it, and I've watched a few videos and read some instructions, and it seems like a pretty simple install, but I can take a 10-minute install and turn it into 20 in a heartbeat. My wife's saying yes, and that really is hurtful. But anyway, this says amplifying technology plus oxygen infused water, so this oxygen infused, it must be good. H2O. I'm going to unpackage this now, maybe. I kind of had it almost unpackaged a while ago, and then I figured you guys would want to see how easy it is to kind of put it together. So it comes with its own hose. I understand there's about 3 different colors. There's a chrome one, and then there's a white one, and then some other color. So anyway, it comes in 3 different colors. So there's a new holder for it. We'll take that holder off. That one had come loose, and we had mentioned that earlier. So we have it. We have some actually double face tape for it to be used. Double face tape for it to just stick on up there. But we're going to use both, the double face tape and the screws. So now there's a screw in here, and it's really, really long, I'm told, so we'll just use the originals. This is like an on and off switch for you to get lather up switch, if you will. And then of course we have the shower head that looks like this, and that's it. And so I'm gonna go over there and try to install this, and then we'll give it the ultimate test. Comes with some handy dandy instructions, and I really for the wall mount holder, and then it's got some handy dandy instructions here. I'm not opposed to instructions. I don't have a lot of value in them, but I've seen people put this little thing on either end. I'm going to put it down by where the water hooks up, and then rather than putting it here, I'm going to put it down where the water hooks up. That way I won't accidentally hit it on the shower head or something while I'm holding it or something. And then we're going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to switch places with my wife. I'm going to go to the shower while she's filming, and then I'm going to take a shower. But really, I don't think we have any hot water. So, regulator on with the hose, and our real problem is that the water pressure regulator, the non-dial one, the one that's, it's not really a regulator, it's a reducer. It reduces it so much we don't get any pressure. So we're going to take that off for now here at the house, and then we're going to order a different kind of water pressure regulator so we know we're getting 45 pounds or 50 pounds or 55 pounds. So I think we've identified the big problem. Now we just gotta get a different device. So we're going to try it without the water pressure regulator. I just think it's not getting us very much water pressure. So that's a lot better. We're not level here, so nothing's draining. Okay, so now we got to turn the water off so that we can, well, shouldn't be a whole lot of water pressure here, right? So now we're gonna try the new shower head and see what it looks like. I think it's gonna be pretty good since I think we figured the problem is that reducer is just reducing too much. So I don't have a lot of confidence in that. So anyway, we're gonna try a different water pressure regulator. Heard other people have done that. So anyway, so I'm gonna put this piece down low here, like this, like so. Didn't mention Teflon tape. Probably is a good practice to use, and I'm not using it since it didn't mention it. So just hand tighten it. Now this is not a requirement for us to put it through here necessarily, but since we already have it, I will use it. I'm going to get the shower head that I conveniently threw down here. And it says just a hand tighten, because these are plastic fittings. You definitely don't want it. And I'm going to test this before I hang, where we want it, before I hang this other piece. You can see we've got this one coming off, but I'll hang the other one right there about where that is. But I'm going to test this first, so we got to go turn the water on. So here we go. We're going to turn it on. Here's the ultimate test.
Does it like turn or anything?
No.
Or?
This right here makes it do that.
There we go. Turn it like that and turn it back on again. Yeah, it really seems right about the same.
Well, the big news is that it's supposed to reduce the amount of water used. We gotta clean that up.
Yeah.
We just wiped it down with a little alcohol to give us a little better surface. I'm using both this double face tape and the screws. I think they're suggesting you could get by with just the double face tape, but I'm going to use both. There's actually 3 strips and I'm using 2 of them, so there was no double face tape on there before, but maybe it won't vibrate as much with double face tape. So put it there.
Okay.
Okay, that looks pretty secure. Now we're going to, I think we're going to put this on. Just like that, right? About to get you wet.
Well, at least it points down. The other one didn't point down. The other one's pointed straight out, and it was very annoying.
So,
right, I'm going to get out.
Yeah, probably need to clean the floor out.
Yeah. You got the on button there. I don't know. One stream of water. But at least it points straight down, and you don't have to hold it all the time. So I think that'll work a whole lot better.
Well,
but we are going to need the water for sure. There you go.
also in our travels, the strap that holds the door back, the screw wriggled out. There's a lot of screws that wriggle out in RPODs. And I don't think that's anybody's fault. And for the most part, I think it's the nature of having an RV and an earthquake driving down the road. Some things are just going to come out. So you need to keep them as tight as you can, and then I think we replace it with glue or a bigger screw. And so this time I'm just going to put some toothpicks and glue in there like I did on the others. And hopefully that'll work. Thanks. Looks like that's better than it was. We had this tape on there before. I'm just going to put it back. It looks kind of stupid, but did I say stupid? Can you say that on video?
Yeah.
I may actually take that off because I don't like that word.
He said it. He said it.
I don't like that word. So anyway, I think that's it. We've gone through a couple things here. So first we kind of worked on the top of the door here. We let it dry. Then we worked on the shower and put a new thing on it. Hopefully it's going to work better for us. We'll see about that long term. And then we also fixed the little strap here that's been off, or it's been not off, but it's been taped for a while. So anyway, hopefully things will hold up a little better on our next trip. Thank you guys for watching.
Thanks for watching this episode. We really appreciate it. In our next episode, we're going to take a step back from RV travel and have a special Memorial Day episode where we pay tribute to fallen heroes who enabled us to have this life of freedom that we have today. Stay tuned.